also a strict coach to work hand in hand with the trainer on the boxing as well.
Looping right hand from Miguel Gonzalez. Not a big puncher. He's only got 24% of his wins by knockout, 8 knockouts in 31 wins for the fighter out of Santiago. I mentioned he wants to become the first male boxer from Chile to win a world title. And I mentioned the male fighter because Carolina Rodriguez, she won the female IBF bantamweight title and then vacated it, but she was Chile's first ever world champion.
And you see Gonzalez not really using his jab. His attack is the body. He likes to...
Wait na.
Obey my commands at all times. Obey my commands at all times, and above all, protect yourself at all times. We good here? Touch them up, come out the bell.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Timothy Bradley. We bring you our co-main event of the evening. Jerwin Casas defending his world title for the first time fighting in Mexico. 8th world title defense. He'll be taking on Miguel Gonzalez of Santiago, Chile, who's fighting for the first time for a world title. I imagine a lot of nerves on that young man right now.
Bernardo Casas has fought everywhere. He's fought in China, U.S., Australia, North Ireland. I mean, this man has no problem fighting you in your home country, wherever you're from, your hometown, it doesn't matter.
Have ring will travel. That's the Navy man's, his theme. I mean, this guy is not afraid to go anywhere.
No.
As you mentioned, he's an international traveler. He just received a promotion to Senior Chief Petty Officer in the Philippines Navy Reserves on August 19th. So even though he couldn't fight because of visa issues of his opponent, he still kept busy, and that boot camp mentality is what you can see the great shape he's in.
That's right.
Now, what's the pitfall of, preparing? It was already a long camp that he had for November 2nd. I remember talking about that, and then next thing you know, it's postponed a whole month. What's that like, Tim?
It's just maintenance, honestly. You're supposed to fight, and you just got to go back, get a little rest, then get back in the gym, and then just try to peak again peak at the right time again. So, his trainer is in charge of that.
He's got a trainer who's he's been with forever, Joven Jimenez, since his 4th pro bout in 2010. And as well, for his last few fights, he's got a conditioning coach as well as a nutritionist.
You gotta have that.
The last couple times, he's looked a lot better because there was a point where we saw him come into one of our fighter meetings.
Yeah.
He was done.
I mean, you gotta have that. A champion must have a nutritionist or someone that can, cook his meals for him. And also a strict coach to work hand in hand with the trainer on the boxing as well.
Looping right hand from Miguel Gonzalez. Not a big puncher. He's only got 24% of his wins by knockout, 8 knockouts in 31 wins for the fighter out of Santiago. I mentioned he wants to become the first male boxer from Chile to win a world title. And I mentioned the male fighter because Carolina Rodriguez, she won the female IBF bantamweight title and then vacated it, but she was Chile's first ever world champion.
Yeah, you see Gonzalez not really using his jab. His attack is the body. He likes to break guys down to the body and then shoot shots up to the head. So expect a lot of body punching from both guys in this fight. Nice body shot right there from Cajas. Cajas is basically saying, okay, you want to go to my body? Well, I'm going to go back down. I'm going to go down to your body.
We already saw that Noriega finished the fight with a body shot at the start of this broadcast, and we see a push there from Jerwin Cajas as round number 1 comes to an end. Two world title fights on the card tonight. Jerwin Cajas taking on Miguel Gonzalez right now, and Navarrete against Horta. Here we see the early action from round 1, Tim.
And Cajas, when he's out at distance, he's the man. You know, using his height and reach. Right there, he was hit with a nice little overhand right by Gonzalez. Stuck one over the top of his guard. But the body punch is going to be effective for both fighters tonight. As I said, Gonzalez loves to dig down to the body. That's his thing. 71% of his shots are down to the body.
Don't forget that tonight, Emmanuel Navarrete will be headlining. He'll be taking on Francisco Panchito Horta. And this is a man who comes back home to Mexico for the first time to fight as a world champion. And he wants to put on a show as he is being wrapped there by his cousin, who is also his trainer. And Johnny Navarrete comes from a long lineage of boxers and a boxing family, so it just runs in their blood, and together they've gotten this far. And
Nawala man, Mace.
this far, and they want to keep going further and further. For now, it's Jerwin Cajas in the red trunks, trimmed in white, taking on Miguel
Pinatay mo yung
Gonzalez
ano natin,
from
Mace,
Santiago, Chile. You mentioned the percentage of his landed shots that are body shots. He's actually a very good boxer from the outside, but he just loves to dig to the body and get into a war of attrition, and that's a dangerous place to be in against a fighter like Jerwin Cajas.
Yeah, that's a place where he needs to be because Jerwin Cajas has better legs, better boxing ability. So he wants to be up in his kitchen. He wants to be digging down to the body and making it rough for Cajas and not allowing him to use that southpaw angles, those southpaw angles.
You see Cajas able to establish that jab from the outside.
Yeah, when you fight against a southpaw, Bernardo, you know, one way to beat a southpaw is to be on top of him. You know, take those angles away, push him backwards. And if Gonzalez can push him backwards and make Cajas uncomfortable, well, that's when it increases, you know, his opportunity to win this fight.
His name is El Aguja, which means the needle, so he's got to thread the needle here against Jerwin Cajas. Get inside, use a jab, work the body, but get out of harm's way because Cajas is a dangerous finisher. Right on the belt line was that right hand from Gonzalez. Cajas can be hot and cold. In his last fight against Ruichi Funai, he looked spectacular.
Yes, he did.
And before that, you were not at all happy with his previous performance, a draw against Alejandro Santiago in his 6th title defense.
No, I wasn't too happy, but his last showing, he showed a lot of improvement.
Ay,
He looked
luma
strong.
po, luma.
He was quick. You know, he placed his shots very well, kind of like what he's doing right now. Placed his shots very well to the body and got the knockout.
He's finding openings in Gonzalez and creating them and taking advantage of them as Gonzalez landed a nice right hook to the solar plexus. Got those earmuffs on, does the Chilean fighter.
Shout
You
out,
see
shout
those
out.
angles create that opportunity for
Santa
the right hook to the body
Claus.
from Jerwin Ancajas, the
Yeah.
southpaw.
That's a
Mabe,
nice little wrinkle right
Lawrence
there from
Diaz.
Encajas. Oh, beautiful shots right there. Looking going down to
Thunder
the
hit.
body. And as your man leans a little bit
25,
forward
25
in the
po.
pocket, what
Thunder
does
hit.
Encajas do?
25
Lift him up
i-announce.
with the uppercut.
There's taking what the opponent gives you, and there's creating openings and opportunities, and that was the case for Jerwin Ancajas here as we close out round 2 of a scheduled 10-rounder with the world
Rehad
title on the
Ganagan,
line.
shout
And we
out.
were speaking of Emmanuel Navarrete's last fight against Juan
Jack
Miguel
Daniels
Elordi,
tong
and boy, did
2019
Emmanuel
pa.
Navarrete look good, stopping him in just 4 rounds on a 28-day turnaround.
Yeah, you know, he's one of the most active fighters in boxing right now. But like I said, he has power in both hands. That's what makes him so dangerous. And, you know, his offense is his defense. You know, he's there to be hit, but you got to go through the storm to be able to hit him.
25, Thunder hit. 26 sa
On
Pilipinas.
that night, and he averages
26 sa
70.2 punches
Pilipinas.
per round in the last 3 fights, and he threw 29 power punches in the single
Lapa
round against
Pinoy,
Jose
salamat
Sabatin
po.
with an injured hand, no
Alex
less. He won his last
Abreu
fight by TKO 4 against Juan
watching
Manuel
from New
Elordi after
Zealand.
21-day layoff, and he's fighting in
Spike
Mexico after 4
Pitik,
consecutive fights
shout
in
out
the U.S.
coach.
The first time he comes back home as a world champion, and that's got to be a special feeling for
It
him.
definitely is a special feeling. When you're fighting at home, you know, the stakes are higher, the tension's all on you, and you have to deliver at home.
Deliver, that's what these two guys are trying to catch, a liver shot. Both Jerwin Ancajas
Enter
and
TV.
Miguel Gonzalez. A lot at stake for Gonzalez in his first world title opportunity. And for Ancajas, he needs to
Robert
keep proving
Prom,
that he
shout
is an
out.
elite fighter at 115 pounds, because there are a lot of big names out there for him, be it Estrada, Soruk Visay, Donnie Nietes, his fellow Filipino, Kazuto Ioka, Khalid Jafai, Chocolatito Gonzalez, a lot
Santa
of talent,
Claus,
a lot of good fights
yung
to pick.
announcement ngayong 25.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
seeing some
shout out
maturity
Santa
from
Claus from
Encajas. You know, he's
Australia.
really standing his ground, really sit down on his punches now.
Ay,
You know,
Winter
that
TV.
can only contribute to, you know, his strength and conditioning. You know,
Coach,
and he's
anong
feeling like
feeling
he's
mo
getting a
pag
little more
lumalaban
comfortable
si
inside the
Jerwin?
pocket. You know, it's got a nice high guard,
Gusto kong
taking down to
akong
the body,
lumalaban
not
din.
running around. You know, he's just walking
Galit
through
ako,
you,
galit.
using his jab.
Ay, ano ba yan na putol man?
Has his opponent in trouble here as Miguel Gonzalez is able to stay on his feet, but Ancajas smelled blood and goes for the body shots. Little low
Bola
there,
naman,
but that
malaman
left
po
hook
ngayong ano.
is dangerous.
Announcement 25, 25.
From Encajas. They're nice, short play shots.
Apo,
They're not
mag-live
wide.
kami sa
So you
25.
know he's been working on this in the gym.
26 sa Pilipinas
He's
po.
good tonight.
And the other thing is, Miguel
Ay,
Gonzalez is
Santa
making a
Claus,
run for it.
maraming
This fighter
salamat
came in here with
po.
a desire to make history for his home country. He's fighting against Ancajas with a lot of heart, but those body shots are gotta wear him down. You die by the sword, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yep.
We see
Naputol
Gonzalez
man
taking a lot
itong
of
laban
punishment
na
to the
to.
body from Jerwin Ancajas, who goes downstairs
Hindi ko
once
pa to
again.
napanood ng full fight eh.
Nice right hand there from Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez had no choice but to get inside the kitchen of Encajas because Encajas is just too athletic for him. Too much ability.
Marlon Veloso.
Are named after
Happy
Kyrie Irving
Thanksgiving
and
sa
Kyle Korver.
25.
His daughter, just less than a year old, JC Kiera.
Salamat po sa panood niyo
That's
sa
his inspiration.
Brisbane.
He keeps him back home in survival camp, but the last 2 fights he's been going to the naval base to do his work, and you can tell the difference in the maturity level that you've mentioned and his improvement in boxing.
A man trying to knock out Gonzalez. That's exactly what Encajas is trying to do. He's sit down, he's right in front, you know, and Encajas is the way he normally fights, he's a counterpuncher. That's what he likes to do. He's a counterpuncher, but now he wants to be first. He wants to respond, and he's trying to hit hard tonight. He's trying to knock out Gonzalez.
Good work from the champion, Jerwin Ancajas here in round number 3 of a scheduled 12-rounder. And there you hear the final bell. So far, so good for Jerwin Ancajas, but Miguel Gonzalez making him work for it here in Puebla, Mexico. You see how beautiful the arena looks tonight? Well, we've got some good action inside the ring, thanks to a very game Miguel Gonzalez, who wants to dig to the body, and Jerwin Ancajas, who is catching him coming in.
Nice little counter right there. That's Gonzalez. He just escaped it. A little bit off balance right there, squared up. As he came in to try to attack, and Cajas digging down to the
Ay,
body, coming
nandun
around the
kayo,
guard with that body
sensor,
shot.
sa
I love
25
the patience.
announcement.
I love the punch placement from Cajas. I love how he's not running around the ring. He's actually stepping around the ring now. I love the fact that he's shortening up his punches, Bernardo. You know, in the inside, really picking and choosing his spots.
So you loving what you're seeing
I'm loving
from
what I'm
Ancajas, and we hope to love what we see from the champion, Emmanuel Navarrete, as he defends his title for the 4th time against Francisco Panchito Horta tonight on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. So happy that you're with us, spending your Saturday evening here on ESPN Plus. I'm Bernardo Osuna alongside Timothy Bradley, the champion. Jerwin Ancajas taking on Miguel Gonzalez in Puebla, Mexico. Ancajas now on the hunt. You mentioned it, the way he closed out the previous round, and now how he comes out for round 4. He's found his distance. He's found his openings on Gonzalez, and he's taking advantage.
No, he's just really asserting himself. That's what I like about him. You know, he's really asserting himself. He's not just looking just for counter shots. You know, he's trying to lead, and he's trying to be defensive at the same time, and then lead again.
Megs, pahiram sa ano mo, Megs?
Bradley being effusive with his
Megs.
praise of Jerwin Ancajas. Let's get this on tape.
Pahiram charger mo. Pahiram sa wire.
Fans in Mexico, though, expecting a lot more.
Wire ni mo.
And they're letting both fighters know here in round 4. It's been an entertaining fight so far.
And Cajas has a nice jab. When he uses it, it's definitely effective for him. Setting up the backhand right there. Every now and then you see Gonzalez, he'll jump in there, he'll leave himself wide open, and Cajas will take advantage of it.
Oh, perfect mix.
Cajas lands 5 of 25 jabs per round. There you see that leaping punch, reminds us of Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, it was a leap. It was a leaping punch, but typically, and Cajas would get hit with a shot like that, but he did this time. He held that phone.
Going back to the jab numbers.
Ito kan.
Junior featherweight average is 2 landed of 16 thrown, so Ancajas is usually
Sira ulo man tong ano.
usually way above those numbers. He's keeping to that trend tonight. Likes to use that jab to set up everything, especially those body shots that he's so good at.
Noel, John Manalo. Sorry, ako si Barbs. Replay.
Nice counter right there from Cajas.
Aral.
He saw the punch coming. You have to see the punch. If you want to avoid it, you got to look at it. You got to see it.
That's something, what you've been mentioning about Ancajas is what you want to see out of a fighter is development. And
Yes.
as the level of competition improves, you want to make sure that you're getting better. And after that lull he had, and now when we see him, and he started camp June 1st for this particular fight, which was supposed to be November 2nd, you see the fact that he's a different fighter.
Yes, he definitely looks like a different fighter. He's 27. He's right in the midst of his prime right now, Bernardo. Right in the midst of his prime. And you know, at each fight you have to continue to get better and better and better. You know, it doesn't stop. You know, you have to master your craft. And I believe that Cajas is finally in that position, and probably at that point in his career right now where he's starting to master his craft and believe in himself and his ability.
He had that lull in his career, but now it seems to be paying off, getting that conditioning coach, working in the naval base, as well as getting that nutritionist. And let's take a look at Francisco Panchito Horta, who's won his last 10 fights after starting his career 10-3-1, and he lost 2 of his first 4 fights. Both of them were scheduled 8-rounders really early in his career, so he was really put in a bad spot as we take a look at some of the best action from the previous round.
See, and Cajas is a natural counterpuncher. You see, he saw the shot coming. What he do? He just half a step back, came in right behind with the hook. And the inside, he's keeping his punches nice, short, and tight. He's very effective in every aspect of the ring right now.
Solid performance through 4 rounds from the champion Jerwin Ancajas, who sparred Daniel Lim, who was a 140-pounder, Alexis Avilar, who was a 122-pounder, Angelo Beltran, 118-pounder, as well as George Nunez and
Mr.
Jonathan
Mananabas, shout out from Wada, Davao.
In the Philippines leading up to this fight. And Miguel Gonzalez, well, he sparred Juan Pablo Mesa and Gonzalo Funelida in Chile, and then he went to Puerto Rico and he sparred prospect Javier Cintron. So he got really good work, especially at the tail end of his training camp, knowing that he had to step it up for this world title opportunity.
Carl Jan, sa ano pa po? 25 pa lamang. Announcement sa 25.
Exactly what you have to do. You know, especially dead spots. You know, the young fighters out there that's just, you know, sitting there posing in front of each other. Get your jab working. You know, if you get your jab working, it's going to set up things for you.
Nice counter right there from Gonzalez, who I was watching some of his
Ay,
fights in
24
Chile.
yata sa Pilipinas pala, 24.
He's so good when he boxes, but he loves to be on the inside. And right now, you see his effectiveness fighting from the outside. The fans not digging it.
Yes po, Fernand Page.
Nice shot to the body there. The solar plexus from Miguel Gonzalez, who tries to find an angle and gets caught with a short left hook from Jerwin Ancajas. Little low with the left hook from Gonzalez. Hit the leg of Jerwin Ancajas.
Aquí está, yes po.
Good defense from Miguel Gonzalez.
Next fight, pero focus muna sa itong
The
laban.
total punches thrown so far, and Ancajas just a lot more active, a lot more effective, and 3% more accurate so far through the first 4 rounds of this scheduled 12-round fight.
Almost a clash of heads right there. Both guys exchanging. You know, with the southpaw and the orthodox fighters, you know, both their power shots lined up on the same side, so there could be head clashes and their feet will be
Alvin
tangled up every now and then.
Kasoyan, salamat po.
So their lead feet, their lead foot, I should say.
We're talking about the power punches. Ancajas landing at a 50% clip with 76 of 153 landing. Not bad.
Beto, pinutol-putol man. Tinanggal mo yung wifi natin, Migs, ha? Migs.
Ancajas, more active, more accurate, and I would say more powerful.
Yeah, he's more powerful, but he's kind of seemingly taking this round off right now. You know, he do some big shots early.
Rakista TV.
He really didn't have a whole lot of
Ginagaya-gaya dyan si Marquez, eh.
So he's kind of taking this round off.
Oh, nice.
Melvin Kasoyon.
To close out this 5th round, we're in a scheduled 12-round World Championship fight. Speaking of World Champions, Emmanuel Navarrete. He's awkward, but it works for him.
Energizer Bunny, I'm telling you, man. Navarrete, he comes forward, he can fight from any position. What makes him so deadly is that he's high volume, he's tall, he's linky, and he has punching power. Ladies and gentlemen, Here he is. He has good vision as well. You know, a lot of people don't give him credit for defense. A lot of people don't get him credit
Hello,
because they just think he's just a
Don
pressure fighter.
Guevara
But I have to
from
tell you, good
Toronto.
punch placement. Throwing the right punches at the right time from the right
Ay, tama
angles.
nga ako.
And there is the world champion, Emmanuel Navarrete. And
9 or
school as
10
can
yan,
be
9 or
inside his
10.
locker room. And just 12 months ago, nobody knew who this guy was. He
Ayan
beat
nila sumugal
Isaac
eh.
Dogbe almost a year to the day. It was actually on December 8th of last year when he won the world title. He's got 4 world title defenses tonight. It's been an impressive climb to
It has been. You know, he's been fun to watch. He's definitely a fan-friendly fighter. And I want to continue to watch him fight.
There's a reason Bob Arum keeps putting him on these fight cards, because he always seems to deliver. And that's what he expects from Jerwin Ancaja, who's landed at 12 out of 133 jabs, well below his average, only 9%. But then you see one jab landed for his opponent, Miguel Gonzalez. That's not going to cut it against a fighter like Jerwin Ancajas.
No, it's not. But do you see what Ancajas is doing right now? He's being the bully. Normally, he likes to fight off the back foot. He's actually pressing the action, ladies and gentlemen. He's
Rakista,
actually
tama
looking
po
for the
yun.
knockout.
Tama yun.
This is
Tama
a
yun
different
kasi groggy na
Ancajas,
si
Jerwin
Kan eh.
Ancajas. He took that
Groggy
round
na
off.
si Porter eh.
Warning there from Wayne
Mas
Hedgeman.
matindi pang kasunod nun dahil
Yeah, I mean, he wants to put on
si
a show. He
Crawford
wants to
magaling
prove
talaga
to the other guys
pagdating
at
sa ano
115
yung
pounds that
tinatapos
he
niya
is
yung
a force
kalaban
to be
eh.
reckoned with. And boy, there's a
Ang
lot of
galing ng
talent at that
target
junior
niya,
bantamweight
timing.
division.
So tama lang yun, tama lang yun.
You see that body shot once again from Jerwin Ancajas. You could hear it. And that's really wearing down Miguel Gonzalez.
Yes, it is. But you know, it's just not a body shot that's just thrown. It's a perfectly placed body shot. Like he sees the opening and he's attacking it.
And he's digging. He's punching through the ribs of his opponent. Nice uppercut, and his opponent is hurt. And here comes Jerwin Ancajas trying to finish Miguel Gonzalez here in round 6 of this World Championship fight. Gonzalez holding on for dear life, and down he goes. But it's not a knockdown. Very smart from Gonzalez.
Very, very smart from Gonzalez.
Ooh, Jerwin Ancajas swings and misses, but Gonzalez is not well. His legs are wobbly, and the left of the shot. It would have been better for him to go down, because if not, Wayne Hedgeman had no choice but to stop this fight.
That's right. You know, sometimes when you hurt fighters, we just tend to go to the danger. You know, sometimes you got to be in there thinking. Take the knee. Recover. Allow yourself another chance, a fighting chance to come back and turn the tide.
We talk about the lack of experience in big fights, and that may have come back to haunt Miguel Gonzalez. When he was hurt, if he goes down by those shots, that's fine. Or even takes a knee. But instead, he gets pummeled.
I've been in fights where I knew I was hurt, and I knew if I got hit with one more big shot, that I need to take that knee before that shot happened.
That would have been a perfect time right there for Gonzalez to take the knee. He just allowed Ancajas to continue to tee off without throwing a single punch. This was smart. He took Ancajas down with them. Wayne Hedgebet said it's not a knockdown.
Right.
But then what happened after that, Tim, was lack of experience.
Definitely a lack of experience, Bernardo. But you see Ancajas just letting his hands go, just waiting for the referee to step in and do his job to protect the fighter Gonzalez. Great performance from Ancajas.
And there you see what a gentleman. And you see Miguel Gonzalez complaining, saying, yeah, but I understand, but he stopped it too quick.
Sipat ito.
You got to protect yourself, and you got to show the referee something, and he did neither of those. And that's why the fight was stopped. And there you see Jerwin Ancajas in his Mexico debut coming away with an impressive victory, landing 33% of his 354 punches thrown. 44 of those were body punches, and the power punch numbers impressive. 49% of his power punches were landed. That means he landed 104 of 215. that last barrage on Miguel Gonzalez, forcing the stoppage, and you can't really fault Wayne Hedgebeth. Would have been better if Gonzalez goes down. He didn't do that, and he ended up paying the price with a technical knockout loss. Here's the official time on stoppage.
Damas y caballeros, el tiempo 1 minuto.
Yes po, hanap ako. Yung iba kasi sinubukan ko na na-copyright tinigil. Hanap tayo ng iba. Oy. Okay, hanap tayo ba? Ito si hanap tayo ng iba. Ito na lang. Para mabilis. Ito na lang.
Let's hand it over to Thomas Treiber. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome to the ring the challenger from right here, Belfast, Northern Ireland, Jamie the Mexican Conlon. This is the moment that Jamie Conlon has fought for and has been waiting for. And if he pulls it off tonight, there certainly will be a fair number of people who will be jumping around right here in this arena. It's a massive task for him. The bookmakers, who rarely get it wrong, are quoting the champion at 6-1 on as the favourite. But Conlon believes, and a lot of his Irish fans want to believe. Now 31 years old. Possibly there isn't another fighter in the British sport at the moment with more willpower and heart than this man. And now let's welcome to the ring the defending champion from Kawit, Cavite City, Philippines, Jerwin Pretty Boy Ancahas. Ancahas smiling as ever, and he says that the hostile atmosphere will not affect him. We saw what he did to Teru Kinashita in his last fight in Brisbane. Outboxed him, cut him, dropped him with a body shot, and pretty much did a number on him. The crowd a little bit fearful of what he might be able to produce. Only one loss in his professional career, and that was 5 years ago, and he's been on a thunderous campaign of retribution thereafter. Undefeated since then, and has stopped all bar one of his opponents in that time. Prayers Diaz from Ancajas prior to the formal introductions, which will come now from Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the IBF Super Flyweight Championship of the World. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red, Foot Asylum, and Raynham Steel. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Steward in charge is John Williamson, MBE. Along with the International Boxing Federation, president and supervisor tonight is General Peoples. Our three judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Dave Paris of England, John Stewart of the United States, and Silvestre Abainza of the Philippines. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Steve Gray. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing black trimmed with gold and weighed in at 8 stone, 3 pounds. Hailing from right here, Belfast, Northern Ireland. He is undefeated with 19 wins, 11 come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current Commonwealth and WBC Silver International Super Flyweight Champion, Jamie the Mexican Conlon. And his opponent across the ring, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing red with white and weighed in the same as his opponent, 8 stone, 3 pounds. Coming to us from Kawit, Cavite City, Philippines, he brings a professional record consisting of 27 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning and defending IBF.
Yes po, reply po. Oh, replay po, replay. Replay po, replay.
Okay, boys, if a call mate, take 1 step back. Don't throw punches to the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, boys.
Our second world title fight of the evening, the first one, the WBO World Bantamweight title, ended in 11 seconds. Yes, 11 seconds. Zolani Tete knocking out his South African fellow countryman, Sibonisa Gonya.
Now, the law, Torib TV. Yes po.
What an opportunity.
Arnel, December po ang laban. Merong announcement sa 25, LA time. LA time.
John, does Jamie Conlon, but he has got the grit and determination. He's been hurt before and he's come through it, but he's got to put in the performance tonight. It's with a marginal height and reach advantage. Conlon is having to cope with.
Ay, salamat po. Salamat po.
As you see, leading off with that right hand.
Salamat Sir Arnel.
Sparring, preparing for this extensively with brother Michael, who's a rising young talent.
Oo, mauna po. Mauna ang laban ni Marlon. 11 yatas Marlon. December 11. Katayon official. Announcement po sa 25. 24 po yata pala sa atin. Kasi dito LA time sa 25. Yan po yung announcement sa laban ni Jarwin po. Antay lang kami sa ano sa promoter.
Is he going to have to produce something of similar intensity here?
Hindi, matapang po yan. Matapang yan, Mr. Mananaba, sir. Sana nga, sana. Sir Pahad, mukhang ano sa 24 dyan sa atin, 24 sa Pilipinas. Ano ba? Oo nga, 26 pala dyan, sorry. Kung 25 dito, 26 dyan.
It'll be interesting to try and determine exactly what happened there. I don't think it was from a punch, was it? I don't believe so. I think he might have twisted his knee, Richie. Yeah, something very rare. Well, if it were a football match, you'd say, give it a go and try and run it off. A bit different here. He said, didn't he, at the start that he's going to try and box at distance. That was the tactic. He's going to try and trigger the attacks off from Anke Haas and then come back with his counters. But if he's got a problem with that lead leg, then he may have a problem.
Ferdinand, make story. Shout out. Shout out po, shout out. Sana malaman natin sa 25 po. Key station pala to. Key station official. Sorry sir, sorry. Ferdinand, mix story. Salamat din po. Libat na, nalibat na.
Well, that's very strange indeed. We thought it was the leg. I think he's got, maybe his right ankle, I'm not sure. Listen again. Up the left-hand side.
Green Chico, meron dyan. Meron dyan yung yung kay Brico Santig. Brico Santig at saka yung kay dyan sila nagtitraining sila ni sila ni Wonder Boy. Sir Ferdinand, balik ni Jonas, 25 po, 25. Jervin Runs TV sa ano to?
Delayed reaction, wasn't it? And it looked as though he had
2017 po kata to. Pangatlong depensa.
Timing right there, Conlon. Again, opting to box at distance and waiting for his opponent to come in. He's just got to get his timing right as Anke Haas comes over that front foot, closes the gap down. That's when he's got to try and bring him onto the shots, but he's got to have fast reactions to do it, quick reflexes, and he's got to be accurate with the punches that he throws. Big step up in class this from anything Conlon has faced before. Always a question mark about whether or not he'd have the power to keep Anke Haas at
bay. Nag-sparring sila. Naambos si Jonas, wala man training yun. Elias, binigay. Malaman po ang sa 25 po announcement po. Benchico, sa to? Sa Belfast, Ireland. UK din yan eh. Belfast, Ireland. Pumunta pa kami nito sa doon ginawa yung yung Titanic. Nakita namin yung ginawa nilang barkong Titanic.
Cacophony which was greeting
Yung Conlan na 122 ay si Michael Conlan yon. Yung nag-Olympic na dinaya sa Olympic tapos nagpakyo. Yan po yun si Mike Conlan. Pagkatapos ng laban, pumunta kami sa dugout. Hinamon niya si Jerwin sa galit niya. Sila daw maglaban. Galit na galit si Mike Conlan, Michael Conlan. Sila daw maglaban ni Jerwin. Dali raman kayo champ Jonas Igo. K-Station, hindi ko po alam. Kaya Mer po, hindi ko po alam. Si Jonas lang yung alam ko kasi may ticket na yon. Oy, taga Initaw, Misamis Oriental, Bernie, Nabangi. Shout out. Dumadaan kami palagi niyan. Oh, igso na sila. Oh. Grabing galit niya. Nakadalawang beses yata siya nagsabi kay Jerwin eh. gusto ko labanan kita. Kot sarap balikan alaala kahapon. Sana patuloy tagumpay. Ay, nag-aaral ako. Kung anong ma-comment nyo, anong dagdag kay Jerwin, pag-aralan po namin. Pero lahat ng mga laban ni Jerwin, pinag-aralan ko.
But that didn't cause the cut. That punch to the back of the head, I think it was definitely a head clash. There's blood spurting
Elias
across our
Binigay.
Oo
nga po, mukhang kondisyon si Jerwin eh. Ingatan na lang na hindi masobrahan sa training. Tawa lang mi kasi hindi ayaw na namin makipag-away tapos na laban eh. Pero nung doon sa dugout, habang nag-hand drop ako kay Jerwin, aaway kami sa trainer niya. Kasi daming restriction niya eh. Kung wala si Sir siya, rumble kami doon. K-Station ay no comment po kay Mang Emir. Gusto niya Jerwin umakyat sa 122 eh. Pero yung papa nila ni Conlan, mabait. Siya pa nga yung umawat eh. Mabait. Ay, Thunder hit. Kadami ko nang inaway sa laban. Rumble, bahala ng maliit. Agamay ta, maliit eh. Basta ang importante nun, hindi ka kaya nilang yung bobulihin ka lang nila. Hindi pwede yan. Away, patay. Sigawan.
Solid straight right hand lead and followed up with the left hook. And big body shots now. Conlan not having too much success in this third round. Massive body shot again. Conlan had thought by the time it was going to go down. Now a huge body shot's coming in again. And this time he does go down. First shot was a good support hit from Conlan. He's a brave kid though, John. He's on his feet. He's back up. And down for the second time in the
Na
fight.
timingan lang
Closing
to sa
seconds
first round
of
eh.
another
Kaya
huge round
hindi
for
na
the
siya
champion.
naka-recover. Sumakit na yung tiyan niya. Na timingan lang to ni Jerwin. DJ Paul, oh yes po. May plano kaming aakyat talaga. Unification lang yung inantay namin. Yan po yung inantay namin, unification. Oo, nag-retire nga po. K-Station, alam ko, narinig ko, January po yung laban nila. Pero wala pang ano naman yun. Pero yun talaga, mangyayari yan. Magsayo ako niyan by knockout. Magaling talaga si Mark. Malakas si Mark at saka matapang.
Fourth round, IBF Super Flyweight Championship of the World. Jamie Conlan already has been down twice. Is Ankas going to go for the finish in this round? Well, he'll probably target the body again, won't he, Ankas? Inevitably. Conlan's just got to stay tight here now, stay at distance. Just try and wait for this fella to come forward. What he doesn't want to be doing now, Conlan, is leading off and then falling short and making Ankas come back with his counters. He's got a box in 10
magaling din yan si Russell. Apa, okay. Pero yung lakas ni Champ Mark, galing, super lakas. Tulog talaga pagtatamaan eh.
Absolutely everything that he's got. As I've said already, if you can turn this one around from here, it would be extraordinary. Good shot.
DJ Paul. Training yan, nasa training yan. Walang matibay na pag tinamaan ka eh. Kaya lang kailangan mo itago yung chin. Sa pro, itago mo yung chin mo eh. Baba talaga yan eh. Kasi pag tinamaan yan, kahit mahina lang, laglag ka talaga. Pero maano yan sa training, matitibay din ko pag nag-training ka ng
Took the wind out of him. Now a big left hook. Here comes the big body attack again. Conlan's in trouble, in big trouble. The referee will watch the punches to come back. Somehow he's digging in there and manages to find a left hook. But these body shots are savage. Ankas on the attack, all Ankas at the moment. Conlan just looking, just trying to come back with the odd single shot, but he's got to get off those ropes.
Si Triple G nag-iinsayan, makuha sa ensayo po yan. Ensayado talaga yon. Katulad ni Porter kahapon. Kulang pala ensayo ni Porter, kaya yun. Lag siya.
This is turning out to be for Jamie Conlan. Yeah, these body shots really taking the toll on me. Ankas is boxing very well, the Filipino. Good shots there, keeps Conlan on the ropes. Just keeps the attack going. Conlan just trying to come back with that left hook there,
American.
And again, but Ankas sustained pressure, sustained attack. 3 knockdowns now. Conlon furious that he allowed himself to be tagged by that.
Stay there, please, sir.
Move into the fifth. Ancajas way ahead on the cards.
How brave is Jamie Conlon, though, John?
Well, tough kid, brave kid. It's hard to think of somebody currently around who's got more fighting heart than Conlon.
Too brave, if anything.
It's a nice right hand, but Ancajas completely unmoved by it.
Yung referee po, dapat hindi mo naintindihan kasi pagka ano yan, normal talaga yan kahit saan ka pumunta. Tutulungan talaga nila yan. Sigaw ng sigaw kami ni Jervin dahil ano eh, wag na mag body shot eh. Oo nga, si Mark Magsayo, nominated nga, galing. Iboto po natin si Mark. Delikado yan. Pati yung ulo, tukod, delikado yan. Magkamali ka sa liig mo, bali pa.
Crowd willing Conlon on.
Yeah, decent body shot there from Conlon. Nice little left hook downstairs. So a bit of success in this round.
Having a much better round here. Nice uppercut though from Ancajas. And here comes the body shot again. And again. Referee saying that was too low, I think. That's the second warning he's had. Another one, and he'll get a point taken away. He's just Conlon will be given time.
Nawalan kami ng boses nito kakasigaw eh.
He says he's okay. Conlon just not able to find any real telling shots to halt the advance of Ancajas.
I think that was...
Another big body shot. Now is that low again? Now he's saying no knockdown. No knockdown, he's saying. Now what's he going to do?
He'll take a point here, won't he?
I think surely he's got to. There have been two warnings, and if he's decided that's low, that's the third. It's not giving us a knockdown, and now what's the referee going to do? You can hear what the crowd wants him to do. Three times, and here it comes. The point is taken away.
Job Angelo sa 25 po, LA time.
Say, is that a turning point?
25 sa LA, may announcement po para sa laban ni Jervin.
See if that gives a bit of encouragement now for Jamie Conlon.
Mag-live po, live. Announcement sa laban ni Jervin po.
Torrid round again for Conlon.
DJ Paul, karamihan po ng mga training program 2 weeks before the fight naka 95% na peak. Yan ang pinaka peak, 95%. 95 dahil kung mag 100 ka, 96 o 100, overtrain na yung fighter mo yan, boxer mo o athlete mo. So 95, 5% nandun na yung pangamba na yon o kulang yung ano ng training. Pero kami ni Jerwin, 1 month pa lang bago ang laban, naka-peak na kami. Dahil ang focus namin yung timbang ni Jerwin, ingat sa injury, hindi na kami nag-sparring, kaya yun po ang ginagawa namin palagi. 1 month naka-peak na kami. Pero karamihan sa nakikita ko sa mga nag-training sa mga ibang 2 weeks, last 2 weeks po sila nag-peak. Nakita naman namin yung 1 month ay maganda para kay Jerwin eh. Walang injury, iwas sa injury, maganda yung resulta niya sa laban. Yan po yung nangyari sa amin, sa kay Jerwin po. Yes, DJ Paul, 1 month, 95%, 95 lang, hindi ka na pwede mag 100. Hindi ka pwede mag 96. Shout out Cleche.
He got caught time and again to the body, was hurt. It was just an uphill task right from the word go. Brave kick, Jamie Conlon. But yeah, a step too far. Let's have a look. This is coming. This is the end now. So it's on the side of the head, that right hook. I think the referee had probably seen enough. Oh, it's right. I mean, it's at the back of the head, isn't it? From the side to the back.
Thunder hit, galit pa yon. Alam namin, nag-aabang pa yon sa Job Angelo, yung strength conditioning, ako na rin ang gumagawa po. Ako na rin ang kay Jerwin sa strength conditioning ni Jerwin. Yung program namin nagawa namin nung 2015 pa kay Jerwin. So tinuloy-tuloy namin. Sa awa ng Panginoon, walang injury at maganda namang resulta. At napuri pa kami ni Bradley sa ganda ng katawan ni Jerwin. Johnny Jeans, wala pa man nakitang na overtrade si Jerwin. Lahat maganda yung kondisyon niya. At saka nag-iingat po kami, Sir Johnny Jeans. Sa tagal na namin nagsama, hindi na overtrain pa si Jerwin. Thunder hit, yeah. Akala nila kasi panalo sila eh. Dito alas 8 na tayo, makes 8:30 na.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 52 seconds of round number 6.
Ano naman laban panoodin natin. Last. Yung na lang. Si Migs na overeat. Pati ako na overeat. Matagal na namin ginagawa yung program namin eh. Walang injury. Nasa condition palagi. 25 pounds ang kinukuha. 25 pounds. Ang hirap kunin yan. Yan po ang dapat maintindihan. 25 pounds. Gaano kahirap kunin yan. Minsan 30 pa. K-Station. Ay, alas 12 na pala dyan sa inyo. Coach, anong pinakamahirap sa pagbaboxing? Pagre-reduce, pagkuha sa timbang.
I think it would have body shot, to be honest with you.
Yan ang pinakamahirap dahil grabe yan, lalo na yung last week. Nako. Kung hindi ka marunong yan, kawawa boxer mo yan. K-Station yan. Ako ang overweight, overtrain.
And there was he did actually try and box, and you saw
Ano kayang
McConnell
panoorin
struggling, trying
natin?
to make him miss, trying to counter. How do you counter a whirlwind like that? His feet were travelling at Manny Pacquiao's speed.
Yung kay Macjo Arroyo. Subukan natin yung Macjo Arroyo. Jerwin Angkahas versus Macjo Arroyo. Sana hindi tayo anuhin. Oops, ano to? Bilisan mo. Yan. Macjo Arroyo. Ay, hindi ko to na ano nag-retire na kasi tinamad na kasi mag-training pala si Porter eh. Job Angelo, yung sponsor ni Jerwin na Hayabusa, yan po. Kaya hindi gumagamit na ano. Yung last fight, dalawang beses ko mixed third Ferdinand, sinubukan ko kanina na ano ako na dalang visit na takedown, sorry, na blackout. Yung iba drain pag weigh-in. Ay, si Jerwin, hindi po ganyan. Hindi drain yan. Nakakangiti pa yan. Kumakain pa, kahit sa gabi, kumakain pa yan.
Angkahas is, of course, accompanied by
Late J. Ay, salamat po.
is also his manager, and I guess is the de facto event organizer, which really stretched his capacity as it pertains to this event.
Ito, lang naniwala nito manalo eh.
As we see international matchmaker Sean Gibbons.
Ito, ako pa promoter nito. Promoter, matchmaker. Bago lumaban si Jerwin, Jollibee lang kinain. Wala ng pera eh. Mabuti yung isang kasama ko may 100 pesos pambili ng Jollibee eh. Naguluhan pa ako nito kasi sabi ng pinanse namin wag ituloy dahil walang pera eh. Ay, Job Angelo, sorry po, no comment po dyan. Payat kasi wala mang kain nito. Dalawang beses lang kami kumakain nito sa training camp namin sa Tanay. Pobre kami nito, Mr. Sir Mananabas. Hirap, dalawang beses na lang kami kumakain yan doon sa Tanay namin dahil walang pera eh. Wala kaming punching bag, walang weights, walang boxing ring. Ang ginawa namin, nag-ano lang kami, panay meets, sparring sa may simento. Tapos wala kami pagkain yan. DJ Paul, active sa Navy, reservist lang po, reservist.
Arroyo represented Puerto Rico at the 2008 Olympics.
Bigay ng Panginoon talaga yung panalo na yan.
Last year, in July of 2015, with a technical decision win over previously unbeaten Filipino Arthur Villanueva.
3 weeks na lang namin nalaman na tuloy ang laban eh. K-Station. Hindi naman po. Ano naman, At least maganda na yung
As the
kain
show goes,
namin,
he will look
pamilya
to rock
namin.
the unbeaten German ng Kahas
At
in his first
yung
world title defense.
panalo po na ngayon, mga nakaraan, bonus na lang po sa amin yon. John AP, 29 years old na po si Jerwin. January 1 ang birthday niya. January 1. Si Sir Sian, nandiyan na Sir Sian. Oo nga, naka-iPhone pero binigay lang to sa akin. Yes, Lael Kinan. Ito, dito niya nakuha. Grabing hirap to. Nakulong pa ako nito sa nakulong pa ako sa tapos ng laban, nakulong pa ako sa sa hotel dahil wala kaming pambayad eh. Navy po, Navy dati, DJ Paul. Ay, Thunder Hit, nauuna kayo sa balita. Wala mi kadawat premyo. Mabuti nabigyan si Sir ni Jerwin ni Sir Manny ng bonus. Kaya nakalabas ako sa nakalabas ako sa hotel dahil wala kaming pambayad sa hotel eh. Sila ni Jerwin pinauwi ko, ako lang nagpaiwan sa hotel. Kulong ako sa hotel 2 araw. Mabuti si Sir Manny nagbigay ng kaya nakalabas ako. Oh, Clip J, oh. Wala, pobre, walang pambili. Thunder Hit. Wala may premyo nawala ang kwarta. Ayaw na nga ituloy eh dahil walang pera eh. Naglakas loob talaga ako eh. 3 days hindi na makatulog dahil ako ang promoter, wala man pera. Na-homesick din po kay station po, pero kami ni Jerwin naintindihan na po namin yung sitwasyon namin eh. Kailangan talaga mag-focus sa training palagi dahil pambihira na yung narating namin tapos pabayaan pa namin, hindi pa namin intindihin. Bihira na ito. Bihira na po yung narating namin, bigay ng Panginoon ito. Combati Pinoy. No comment. Oh, belt lang. Belt lang. Pero alam na ni Jerwin yan, bago ang laban. Abdul Mane, ay sana hindi ma-copyright. Sana hindi maka-copyright. James, tama. Abdul Muir, sorry sir, I cannot speak English. Sir live ba yan? Ay, hindi. Dati pa to. Dating laban. Ay, ganun po. Pero pasalamat kami, natuloy ang laban. Natuloy talaga. Kahit wala kaming pera, kahit nakulong pa ako. Dahil binigay talaga sa Panginoon yung pangarap namin ni Jerry, yung dalawa eh. Bihira lang yun. Ala.
Don't forget, gifts for the kids. Bye.
Hey, give it back! Stop! Get off my bed!
Hey, guys, come on.
Ay, meron. May knockdown to. Meron ding hindi nabilangan. Ajab, Angelo, bakit ka nakulong? Nakulong dahil wala kami pambayad sa hotel eh. Wala kami pambayad sa hotel. Ngayon ang sabi ng manager sa hotel, kailangan may magpaiwan sa inyo na isa. So alangan man si Jerin paiwan ko. Bugbog na nga, ipakulong pa. So ako na lang ang nagpaiwan sa hotel. Mabuti na may pera si Sir ang nagbigay Sir Manny. Yes, brother of Mac Williams. Ay, Mr. Mananabas, okay lang po, hindi ko na po hinahangad yan. Hindi pa naman ako karapat dapat niyan eh. GB5, ay salamat po, salamat. Maganda to alalahanin kasi sa Tanay kami dito, 2 bisis lang talaga kami kumain. Yung bahay namin walang rep, walang TV, kuryente lang meron. Tapos yung bahay namin tinitirahan, mayroon daw multo. Parang 1950s pa yata ginawa yung bahay na yun. Ang lalayo pa ng kapitbahay. Pero grabe. Grabing hirap.
Throws 2 quick jabs to start the fight. Ancajas circling, left hand over the top by Arroyo, a left hand underneath by Arroyo.
DJ Paul,
The fight had been much delayed.
sila ni Jerwin nakaramdam at yung ibang mga fighter, pero ako hindi. Alas 2, alas 3 na nga ako natutulog. Wala man ako nakita. Pero yung mga aso lang ang iingay.
Body shot by Arroyo on a right hook over the top. Ancajas misses with an
Combate,
overhand
ay
left.
sorry po, hindi, no comment po sir, Combate.
That's Ancajas in the gray and blue, and Arroyo in the blue, black, and red with the glitter on it.
Opo, number 1 contender, ano siya,
Ancajas has a bit of a height
tawag
advantage
nito,
and slight reach advantage as well.
ano siya, mandatory.
He's knocked out his last 11 opponents, but he most likely will be trying to get in and
PlayStation.
out, use his speed as he pulls back on a left hand. And there goes an overhand left from the champion.
Yes, Abdul Mohir. That's true.
It's been a pretty active first round. And a right hook and upstairs and one downstairs by Ancajas. And a right jab afterwards. Ancajas is fighting a very confident first round here. Arroyo, as we stated earlier, was a 2008 Olympian. He's been fighting at a higher level than Ancajas has. Ancajas' only loss was to a fighter from the Philippines by the name of Mark Anthony Geraldo, who Arroyo beat 2 fights ago. And another left hand by Ancajas. This has been a very good round for the challenger. As I was starting
Neil
to say, it does not
Sale,
appear that
maing
Ancajas is
hapon,
lacking
maing
any
gabi.
confidence despite not having fought the level of competition that Arroyo has. Ancajas is 7 years younger at 23. The champion is 30. Arroyo hasn't fought since last July, as we stated. So there may be a bit of ring rust. Arroyo is primarily a
TG Paul,
counterpuncher.
meron daw.
Although,
Pero ako hindi ko nakakita.
given the height of Ancajas and his willingness to move, that may not be an option. As Ancajas lands a
Dito po
very good
nakuha
right
ko.
hook to the body.
Station dito. Los Angeles, wala pong multo dito.
And the grab one. That is the first round which Ancajas would have dreamed of. As Ancajas' corner must be very pleased with how their fighter looked. And in the Arroyo corner, it must be time to come up with adjustments. As Ancajas was able to get in and out as he wanted and land his right jab over the top and even get inside and throw some right hooks to the body, which people may not have expected
Anime
from
TV,
Ancajas, and perhaps not even Arroyo.
December pa ang laban, December pa.
Round number 2. Arroyo comes out looking to put a little bit more heat on Ancajas, and he lands a cuffing overhand left over Ancajas' right jab. That may be a tactic that they're going to look to maybe keep Ancajas' jab back with some counterpunching. Because even if you are being aggressive, you can still counter. You can draw the counter out of your opponent, and that may be what Arroyo is looking to do. But this is a 12-round fight.
Naruto Pelone, without boxing, you are nothing.
Interestingly, Ancajas was not known as a puncher as he was coming up.
Tao pa rin kami. Kahit anong mangyari.
And that all changed after the Geraldo fight, where
Anthony Topas, malaman po sinong kalaban.
there was some drama out of their gym in Cebu, and he lost a majority decision. Since then, Ancajas has knocked out everyone he's faced, although admittedly these were soft opposition.
Oakland, California, ano yung mga nakatatlo yatang laban, Oakland.
Southpaws are used to fighting right-hand fighters.
Naruto Pelone, yes sir.
Some actually say that they prefer fighting a southpaw because everything seems to be lined up. It's like looking in a mirror.
Ang turo ko sa mga boxer ko lahat. Lalo ka na kay Jerwin. Mga pulubi, mga basurero, kung sino mang tao na yan, kailangan respetuhin mo. Kahit sino yan, respetuhin mo dahil tao pa rin yan.
Ancajas has found money in the bank with that right jab early on. Speaking of money, this fight, as we had previously stated, was originally scheduled
Kombate
for
Pinoy.
February of this year.
Puhunan sa mga pobre.
But when the main event between Roman Martinez and Orlando fell through, the whole card was next.
Puhunan, ano ba yung puhunan sa Tagalog?
Promised to make $40,000 for that fight. Instead,
Puhunan sa mga pobre, mapakumbaba at mabait. Ang mga mayaman, kahit mayabang ka o ano ka, may pera ka eh. Walang lalaban sa'yo, may pera ka eh. Pero mga pobre, wala.
Arroyo, the champion, is entitled to 85% or 21,000 and change.
Anthony Topas, sana pa yung ano.
$3,750 for this fight. So Ancajas is really making a big gamble on his future,
Yes,
hoping
sir.
that he will be able to take the
Basta
title and make good money
mananabas.
down the
Yes po,
line.
good vibes lang. Good vibes. Coach, may sariling
But
vibe ba sila?
Ancajas is
Meron sila.
definitely
Meron
not
po.
fighting, or he is fighting like
Si
someone
Mark at saka yung
who
asawa
is
po niya.
expecting to make his money down the line. Not fighting like a guy who just put a big check in his bank account.
Ay, DJ Paul kailangan ganyanin mo yung boxer mo para pagdating sa taas ng ring, makipaglaban, makipagpatayan.
Round
Pero
number
kung
3.
pabayaan mo, hindi pa nasuntok yan, bagsak na yan. Kung gusto mo manalo yung boxer, alagaan po ng husto.
Arroyo may have maybe trying to make it a bit rougher to close the gap here. Ancajas now employing some feints in addition to his right jab, which has bedeviled the champion so far. Of course, we're still early in the fight, but Arroyo is fighting a determined challenger in the Filipino German Ancajas.
Kumbati Pinoy, tama po yan. Antonio Ramos, sir, salamat din po.
Ancajas, of course, is from Davao. Last night there was a blast at the Davao night market, which has left a number of civilians dead. I spoke to Ancajas about that, and he said he's dedicating this fight to the people of Davao.
Ay,
His
papik
trainer,
na po
Joven Jimenez, is from nearby
K-Station,
Bukidnon.
papik na po yung
He said he
training
was
ni
destroyed
Jerwin.
also by the
Malapit na po yung
by
laban.
the casualties in Davao. So Ancajas is fighting not just for his family, but he's fighting inspired with a purpose tonight. And Arroyo just doesn't seem to have any answers yet. He's still not sure how to deal with that German Ancajas right jab, which has been
JJ
devastating
po,
so
good
far.
night.
As it completely interrupted everything Arroyo is trying to do. Arroyo is not used to being this aggressive. He's used to having guys come to him.
Ay, salamat din
as he
po,
had in
Kumbati
his
Pinoy.
best
God bless
performance,
po.
which was a knockout of former flyweight champion Hernan Tyson Marquez 2 or 3 fights ago. But Arroyo seemed to get the better of that exchange right there. Snuck in a little uppercut. So we're 3 rounds in, and who knows what those scorecards are reading. Of course, we have one judge from the Philippines, one from Puerto Rico, and one from Japan. It could be 3-0 for Ancajas. It could be 2-1 for Ancajas. It could be 1-2. It could be 3-0 for all we know. There hasn't been much to separate them, but Ancajas, it would seem, at least has some margin 1/4 through the fight. Now the 4th round begins, and Ancajas seems to be the one coming forward now behind that right jab. The problem with that right jab is that it's so long, for Arroyo at least. It's so long
Richard
that
Moral,
Arroyo's attempted counters
announcement po
are
sa
falling short.
25, LA time sa 25.
So the rougher the fight gets, the better it
Hindi
would
po,
seem to
Antonio
be
Ramos,
for
hindi po, sir.
Arroyo.
Do. Timplag, TC, Kuya Jerwin mo do.
So that's Ancajas in the gray trunks from the Philippines,
Timplag
Arroyo
lang,
in
kaya
the
murag
blue
nangita
and
siya.
black. And Ancajas just lands a nice little right hook to the body inside.
Stop mo na yung ano mo.
Yeah.
Sir Richard Moral, salamat po. Salamat sa pagsubaybay, panood. God bless po. Sir Richard Moral, Antonio Ramos, salamat din
narrowly
po.
avoided a head clash, or that Arroyo may have been even coming in with his head there. If we're wondering about Ancajas,
Wala nga ang premyo.
GRRR.
GRRR.
He's gone 10 a few times.
Mabuti binigyan dyan ni Sir Manny ng ng bonus.
And Arroyo has gone 12 once.
Nandun, nagpapahinga po. Matutulog na. Sir Mananaba, sir, from Davao.
Just 4 fights ago, he was fighting at the 8-round level. Although he had fought a couple of 10-rounders before that. Arroyo has been on the road before. Of course, when he fought Villanueva for the title last July, he fought in El Paso, Texas. And when he fought Tyson Marquez, that was in Mexico in June of 2013.
Sir, hindi pa po, hindi pa
And he
po.
fought Jairo Hernandez in 2013 in Mexico
Nag-aral
as
po,
well.
nag-aral ako sa laban ni Jerwin. Kaya
So he's been
panay
around,
panood ako
but
ng
also he fought in the United
video.
States in Florida back in 2010. So he's been around. And Arroyo is
2016 pa to, Sir Lester.
He wants. He's closing the gap. He's able to get a couple shots in there.
Thank you din po, Sir Richard.
Gosh is short with his counter. And Arroyo lands a couple punches of his own. But this is exactly where Arroyo would want the fight, in close. As he lands a couple of counter punches inside. That was Arroyo's best round so far. And probably the only one that you could say was definitively in his favor. Although the previous 3 were also close.
GRRR, yes po, yes po. Salamat po. Salamat sa Panginoon, nakarating kami ng ganito. Kaya kung ano pang darating, wag sayangin po. Hindi po, Sir Arnel Dilaw, hindi po. Hindi po. Magkakilala lang po kami kasi yung promoter niya, promoter din namin dati. Taga Cebu, si Sir Sammy. Muy ma, coach, shout out. OFW, Kuwait. Ay, shout out po sa taga Kuwait. Payat. Wala nga pong kain, kaya payat.
Arroyo seems to be a bit more comfortable now where the fight is going. Ancajas looks a bit tight
Sir
right now.
Braveheart, 78. Dito po, dito. Dito niya nakuha.
Ancajas' lone loss.
Kaya hindi ako makapaniwala. Walang kain.
Afterwards, they
2 beses lang kumakain sa isang araw.
It felt like he went soft in that fight. It remains to be seen how he hangs here.
Walang
Both men had the
vitamins.
same idea. 1-2 uppercuts.
Wala lahat.
But Arroyo has
23
no
na po.
questions about his heart.
23 si
There were no questions about his
Brendan.
heart. In 1998, a year after he started boxing, at the age of 12 years old, He was
Ah,
training in the
hindi
same
ba,
gym
hindi ba.
as a former junior lightweight champion John Molina,
May
who was also
ma,
from Fajardo,
may
Puerto
ma.
Rico. And he was
Basta
sparring
Bisaya.
as a 75-pounder as Molina was getting ready to fight Sugar Shane Mosley for the lightweight championship. So it's unlikely that anything is, or anyone, will
Yung isang
intimidate
kasama namin sa team,
Mick Joe
may
Arroyo.
100 pesos. Yun ang
Nice
binilhan niya
jab
ng
and a left hand after a beat.
spaghetti si Jerwin.
Kahas lands a straight left
Ang
counter.
laban alas 9, mga alas 4 yata yon. Kasi gutom na si Jerwin. Mabuti ako wala ng pera eh. Mabuti
Kahas has
meron
his
pa
own
siyang
amateur
100
accolades.
pesos
He was a
para
2008
pangbili ng
gold
Jollibee.
medalist. He won 2 golds in the nationals.
Holiben
Philippines. He
Kabusaw.
knows how to box.
And
The one knock on
sa
him
25 LA
that he
time,
was coming up
LA
was
time po
that he didn't have
ang announcement
power.
po.
But perhaps his latest knockout
Mr.
streak
Mananabas.
will have dispelled some of that.
Ay, regards sa taga Sapanga. Buenos dias.
The referee has called this fight pretty well so far. And
Ang
interestingly,
referee,
he's
grabing
mic'd
mura
up in a
namin
way that
ito.
the whole crowd can hear him.
Grabing Marines
So we're
pala to,
getting extra
dating Marines
transparency
sa
tonight
Army, sa US.
in this
Dating
fight.
grabing away ko dito. Inaway ko kasi sobrang daya niya eh. Grabing mura namin dito eh.
Another tough round to score. Both men had their moments.
Sir Braveheart 78, opo. Natalo po, natalo nakaraan. Nabayaran po, Thunder Hit, nabayaran. Ay, nabayan. Nabayaran si Arroyo.
Round number 6. Kahas did not take kindly to being put in a headlock there and let Arroyo know that he had 2 pieces.
No comment
And
po,
then a
no
left hand over the
comment.
top by Kahas. And another left hand. A left hand to the body. And Kahas has found a little bit of a rhythm here. Getting in and out.
No
He's
comment po,
pressuring Arroyo to the ropes
JR.
now. Lands a couple of body shots. Kahas is not fighting soft tonight. Just misses with a Hail Mary left hand. And Arroyo is taking a second to kind of look at what's in front of him as Ancajas ramps up the aggression. Arroyo looks to be trying to sneak him with one of those left hands that come from complete left field. Ancajas very aggressive here, but he's not really
Thunder
landing
Hit,
much.
hindi pa po kami
Arroyo's playing very
masyadong
smart.
nito ni Sir Sean. Hindi pa kami
Of course, over the years, we've seen so many great
pa lang kami nito.
encounters between Filipino and Puerto Rican boxers.
Hindi pa
Flash Maloney
malapit
versus
o
Carlos
magkadikit.
Ortiz, Manny Pacquiao versus Miguel Cotto. And a big left hand staggers Arroyo. Arroyo goes down. They're rolling it, no knockdown, but Arroyo is in huge trouble there. 100%, although he's firing back. And another left hand by Ancajas. Arroyo is in big trouble here in round 6. It's important for Ancajas not to open up too much because Arroyo may be trying to set a trap. This is the kind of fight that he likes when someone is coming at him. But Ancajas has made his statements as he lands 2 more left hands over the top. And a right hook by Ancajas. Arroyo is now fighting back. But this has been a huge round for Jerwin Ancajas. End of round 6. What a round for Jerwin Ancajas.
Itong
Itong
promotion na to sa ang plano ko nito sa sa Molino ganapin. Pero last 2 weeks naisip ko walang manonood, kaya dinala ko sa Navy at humingi ako ng tulong sa Navy. Yung mga Marines at saka Navy, yun ang pinanood nila, nagpadala sila ng mga tao para manood lang. Kasi kung walang manood, hindi mabubuhay si Jerwin. Maganda yung may sisigaw dahil laking tulong kay Jerwin yun. Kaya dito namin ginanap. Malaking pasalamat namin sa Navy. Kaya yung Navy, grabe yung tulong sa amin yan.
How much Arroyo has left.
GRRR yung kay
After that tough round, he comes out
yung
aggressively.
laban ni Jerwin kay Santiago.
Has a lot of bounce in his legs. He seems amped up.
Tingin namin sisiyaw lang yun siya kaya nagkamali kami
He
dun
certainly earned the respect
Kahit yung mga
from
taga Top
Miguel
Rank,
Arroyo.
sabi nila first round si Canon pabagsakin na raw.
Arroyo was leaning into the
Yung pala
direction
nagkamali
of
kami
the left
doon.
hand. He was getting down at an angle where he thought
Malaking
he would be out of
pagkakamali
range,
yun.
for that shot.
Minaliit
And
namin
he
yung
wasn't.
kalaban.
And he paid the price there in round number 6. Although he seems to have his bearings now.
Kugihan yun, kugihan. Bisag walay kaon, kugihan. Walay vitamins. Walay vitamins laban yan.
That was a slip by Arroyo, it appears.
2 bisis lang kumain. Walang vitamins.
Ancajas is in total control as he barely misses a straight left hand that caught the gloves of Arroyo. And there was a
Ay,
counter left hand
hirikite
by
ka po.
Ancajas. And a 3-punch combination
Moima.
by Ancajas. This is the fight that Ancajas dreamed of
Loya
fighting
sa
tonight.
anak ni Arroyo.
And Arroyo just seems to
Charlie,
not have
sa
gotten out of first gear.
December po. December. May announcement sa 25 po.
Arroyo looks slow. He looks like his punches aren't as straight as they.
No, pangarap
might have
namin
been.
yan. Inowi.
Or
Pangarap namin yan.
And Ancajas has just found money with that right jab.
Tapos ng unang depensa ni Jerwin,
This has been
nagkontak
Ancajas'
agad
night
yung
so far.
Arroyo camp sa amin.
Halfway through the fight.
Nag-oo kami
Of
pero
course, we have
inabot
at least
ng
another-
isang buwan, wala mang
at
kontrata
most,
pinadala.
another 6 rounds to go.
Oo kami. Fernan
And
Page, salamat po.
Arroyo is looking for that awkward overhand left that comes from
Oo,
a
kasama pa yan,
unusual
kasama
angle.
pa yan. Boy Kaliwiti, kasama pa po.
Of course, the issue of
Pero
boxing
wala
is
na.
that you could have 10 people watching the same fight and they see 10 different things, or they see it 10 different ways. So there is no lead safe. Arroyo with a right hand over the top. Comes in with a combination. Cajas shoe shines. Arroyo keeps firing away. But Arroyo had made a statement that he's at least not yet ready to go. And, Arroyo may have been hurt by a body shot at the end of the 7th. Saved by the bell.
Braveheart. Opo, malakas talaga yon. Rikitik. Ayan po. Sa 25 po, 25.
The Arroyo camp was training out of the Elorde gym in Paranaque City, which of course was
Ay,
built
Charlie,
by the
announcement sa
legendary
laban
Filipino
ni Jervin
boxer
sa
Flash
November
Elorde.
25 po, LA
And
time.
when I reminded the Arroyo camp that Elorde had been knocked out twice by Puerto Rican Carlos Ortiz, the Arroyo camp was quick to answer back, yes, twice. So they're familiar with their boxing history. After 7 rounds, it's not yet at that point where Arroyo will need to replicate Ortiz's effort. But the confidence has to be in the Cajas corner as the 8th round begins. And it appears that Cajas is actually throwing that right jab with a little bit more mustard. I think Cajas is feeling good about where the fight is going, and he may be trying to push his advantage here.
Nasa 130 na po, GR.
Nice right hook to the body.
Yes po, yes po.
After Arroyo landed, and then an overhand left. Doesn't land clean for Arroyo. It's interesting to see if Arroyo will try to crank it up another level. And really, because Arroyo so far has not done much to really test the heart of Cajas, which was one of the few things that people were concerned about. Although Cajas lands another straight left there and backs up Arroyo. And Arroyo gets tagged with another combination by Cajas. Arroyo gets backed up to the ropes, and Cajas lets go with a right hook there. And another right hook by Cajas. And an overhand left by Arroyo, and another one. And Cajas is fighting out of his skin tonight. Arroyo doesn't yet seem to be himself. Although there were many who felt that that Villanueva may have really deserved the decision in their
Yung
10-round
gloves
tactical
to, ano lang
decision
to eh.
fight in July of 2015. Oh, it was a nice left hand to the body. And out of the ring! Down goes Arroyo! Down goes Arroyo! And he's gonna get a count! That is a 10-8 round for the Filipino challenger.
Nards po channel sa 25 po, November 25 announcement.
And Arroyo is still hurt. He's holding on. It was a left
Sir
hand
Braveheart,
to the body,
yes po.
which hurt Arroyo. And another one landed. And end of the 8th round.
Jack, amazing
that was
boy.
a 10-8 round for the challenger. And now the champion has a mountain to overcome.
50-50 po ako niyan. Gabalyo at saka Sir Donaire po. Lamang konti po si Sir Donaire dahil sa experience at saka galing niya magpatama. Pero may laban din po. Si Gabalyo may laban po. GR. Yung Hayabusa po, sponsor ni Jerwin po. Yes po, Sunman. Sir JC Manangkel.
After Arroyo was dropped at the end of the 8th round on a left hand to the body, delayed reaction. He may have been nudged out of the ring afterwards, but he immediately got up. Let's see what Arroyo has left.
Jack, amazing boy, walang kain, kaya
And he lands a
slim
nice
pa.
overhand left. May have been the best
Walang
punch of the fight
pagkain.
so far. That was Arroyo.
Ay, wow talaga, GR.
Arroyo is
Sige,
landing
sige
a
po,
few
sige
shots
po.
here to
Sabihan
let
namin kayo.
Cajas know that he's not gone yet.
Bukid doon kami ngayon eh. Ay, oo, nakauwi na
And
po
a
sila.
nice overhand left by Cajas again rocks Arroyo along the ropes. Cajas is sending a statement of his own here. As Arroyo is trying to say, I will not go quietly into the night, Cajas is trying to land shots to convince him, hey, call it a night. Cajas still has to be careful here. He doesn't want to walk into a shot. Arroyo is a Cajun veteran. He's 30 years old. He knows the mental aspect of the game. And that was a nice right hook to the body by Cajas there. And a right hook by Cajas. Arroyo with a spirited combination there that didn't seem to penetrate the guard of Cajas. Arroyo at this point is just fighting for survival. A right hook inside by Arroyo. I'm sorry, in Cajas. And a right jab leaving out of the exchange, and an overhand left by Cajas. Drives Arroyo to his own corner. Arroyo's in trouble again. Cajas just missed with an overhand left that had good night written all over it. Cajas maybe hurt Arroyo maybe hurt the body again. Arroyo was hurt to the body again.
Kay Punay po. Kay Punay
And you can see,
pinakamalaki.
by the way, that Arroyo is tucking in his elbows, and Cajas is throwing hard shots to the body, knowing exactly where his opponent is vulnerable. Many may have wondered if Cajas would be the guy who would run out of steam first, and down goes Arroyo again. They're ruling it not a knockdown, even though a left hand to the body landed by Cajas.
Bugoy na referee ito eh.
That could have been another knockdown there. As Arroyo tries to bang, he's hurt again. He's hurt again. Arroyo's in huge trouble. Arroyo is in huge trouble here. Saved by the bell once again. That may have been a 10-8 round without a knockdown by Jarwin on Cajas.
Sa Navy po, Navy Gym, Corrado Hall, sa Fort Bonifacio po ito.
What an unbelievable last 2 rounds for Jarwin on Cajas.
Sir Charlie, opo, pareho sila may lakas pong suntok, kaya paunahan po sila, paunahan.
Jarwin on Cajas appeared to score a knockdown, and he did score a knockdown in round 8. It was credited. It appeared he scored another one in round 9 as Arroyo was hurt to the body. It appears to be Jarwin on Cajas' night so far. He is 3 rounds away possibly from becoming the champion. Yes,
Lindon Jola, sir. Okay lang po. Rest day namin ngayong araw. Bukas, bakbakan na naman. Tulog na po sila. Tulog na po silang dalawa.
And that is a
Brave, Sir Braveheart, sexy pa kasi dalawang bisis lang kami kumakain nito ni Jerwin eh. Nabuhay kami sa Santol. Yung wild na pineapple,
was trying to throw.
pinya, lahat ng mga prutas, langka, mga wild, pumupunta
And
kami sa
another left
bundok,
hand side body
nangunguha
by
kami ng
Ancajas, and Arroyo backs
ng
up.
ano nito, nangunguha lang kami ng mga ano para pang snack namin eh, yung mga prutas,
Arroyo may be in
santol,
the territory where
bayabas,
he needs a
lahat
knockout to
ng
win.
mga prutas.
Although we have no idea
Walang
what the
pera
judges'
eh.
scorecards look like.
Tsaka bundok yung ano namin eh.
And another left hand
Tapos
stops
wala man
Arroyo.
kaming tubig doon. Wala
Ancajas
kaming
lands an
tubig.
overhand left. Arroyo counters with his own left hand.
Kaya ang ginawa namin, naghukay kami
Every
doon sa
time
malayo.
Ancajas goes to the body,
Para meron
it
kaming
stops
tubig, nahukay
Arroyo's
kaming
momentum
balon.
immediately.
Gutom na eh. Kahit ano na lang kainin eh.
Amazon employees earn at least $15 an hour. But $15
Bayad
is just a
saglit
start.
lang. Kaka.
Arroyo is holding now, although he may need to be working here. Well, he definitely needs to be working here.
Charlie, hindi pa po bumalik. Hindi pa. 25 po balik ni Jonas.
A little flurry, no power from Arroyo. Arroyo's power seems to have gone out.
Moy 24. Hindi po, hindi po.
Of German Ancajas. Ancajas with a three-punch combination punctuated by a right hook to the body. And he comes back with an uppercut as Arroyo attacked. Arroyo's punches just seem ineffectual at this point. Arroyo is trying to stay close to at least
Del
smother some of the power
Christian
from
Magbanwa. Sa ano
Ancajas.
to? Sa
Ancajas
Tanay
has
Rizal,
shown
Mayagay.
no signs that he's ready to slow down.
Mayagay, Tanay Rizal. Panay ulan pa doon.
Ancajas dances away from an Arroyo flurry there.
Kanina
Although
sana
Arroyo lands a nice overhand left
na
there and follows it up with a right. And the end of the
Winter
10th
TV,
round.
panoorin sa nakadalawang vlog ako kanina. Yung gusto ko sanang pag-aralan eh. Na-block ako. Street Cleaner, shout out. Rikitik. Ay, Santol. Hindi. September ang laban. August, nagsimula sa likod ng bahay namin tinirahan, merong avocado, isang puno ng avocado. Simula nung August, nagkahulog-hulog na. Kaya yun ang snack nila, umaga, tanghali, hapon, yun ang avocado, kanya-kanya silang kuha. Pag may nalaglag. Kaya yun pala, ang avocado pala, ang dami palang ang dami palang vitamins yun. Yun ang naging vitamins ni Jervin, yung avocado, umaga, tanghali, hapon, hating gabi. Swerteng-swerte talaga kasi may avocado. Si Jerwin lakas kumain nito kahit anong kinakain eh. So ang avocado, grabe pala yung fats pala nito kaya hindi rin maganda pala.
Nice little uppercut there inside by Ancajas. Ancajas is boxing. Ancajas is looking like a champion.
Masustansya po pero marami daw fats eh. Binasa ko eh. Mahirap papayat din. Pero wala na kayong pakialam doon kung anong makain. Antonio Bourbon from Long Beach, shout out.
Referee warns Ancajas about hitting behind the head.
Braveheart, salamat.
Arroyo puts his hands behind his back as if to say, I'm not the one holding. Although Ancajas could have just taken a step back and cracked him. And And Arroyo lands a nice right hand to the body right there. This 11th round is up for grabs here. No one has firmly been in control yet. Although you have Arroyo being the aggressor here. And there's a nice overhand left by Ancajas, and Arroyo comes right back. Arroyo is doing everything he can to try and hold on to his world championship. He is making just over $21,000 for this fight.
Ay,
And
Sir
hasn't
Braveheart,
fought for about
salamat.
13, 14 months.
Maraming salamat po.
He had been offered a big money fight to fight
Winter
Kalya
TV,
in
maraming
England.
salamat.
And I think he would want to hold on to his championship to earn those paydays, which are out
Yes
there
po, Sir
in the
Lyndon
115-pound
Diola
division.
po. Ingat po kami sa pagkain na.
The HBO-backed Roman Gonzalez moving into this division, seeking
Inaayos
his
na namin yung
fourth
programa.
world title.
Braveheart, salamat
There's a
po.
lot of
God
money to
bless.
be
God
made
bless
now
po.
for the 115-pound division, which isn't always the case. And one of these fighters is going to get his share of that. As Ancajas gets the distance he wants and lands a few combinations. Arroyo is holding on.
Ay, salamat.
After those
Sir
punches,
Lyndon Diola,
but doesn't want
salamat
to seem like
po.
he's holding on. Veteran move. End of the
Last
11th
round,
round.
last
We have
round.
3 minutes left to decide the IBF Junior Bantamweight
Braveheart
Championship.
78. Si Jerwin po ngayon nasa
This is anybody's fight right now.
92% po. 92%. So target namin is 95% po sa training niya. So yun, hanggang doon na lang kami. Tapos maintain na yung ano niya. Nasa 92%, 91, 92%. Or 93. Nandyan. Last round, last round. Woo! Macjo. Ang sabi ni Macjo, pagkatapos ng laban dito, sabi niya kay Jerwin, Jerwin, sa next depensa mo, ialay mo para sa akin. Dahil ako, nag-champion ako, hindi ko na-depensa yung ano ko. Yun ang sabi niya. Kaya si Jerwin, paulit-ulit yan nagsabi sa akin ngayon na naalala daw niya yung sinabi ni Macjo Arroyo eh. Pagbutihan daw.
Cannot work in his favor as he needs every single round he can get. Ancajas is uncorking some serious power punches here as Arroyo comes in and he lands a nice right uppercut inside. Arroyo holds again. Ancajas is fighting like a champion. So is Arroyo. This is going to be the longest 3 minutes of both of their careers. And to think that this fight was almost finished in the 8th round. But here we are in the 12th round. Two proud and talented fighters fighting for the 115-pound championship. And it's still on the table. Arroyo is walking through some serious counterpunches from his opponent, Ancajas.
Last round, let's go, let's go. Pagod na Jerwin. Lumabas na yung walang vitamins.
Maybe Arroyo a bit more tired.
Meron pa pala vitamins.
As Ancajas comes in missing with a
Sumuntok
three-punch
pa eh.
combination, Arroyo misses with 2 punches of his own. Both men are exhausted.
Lyndon Diola, hindi ko po alam po. Hindi ko pa alam po.
And it all depends on what the judges favor. Arroyo is being the aggressor. Ancajas is landing the more quality punches.
Ay, sorry.
Arroyo needs would need something big here. As we have about a minute left in the fight here. Ancajas dances away, misses short with a left hand. This has been a terrific performance from Jerwin Nakajas as Arroyo slips and slides across the ring. It did not seem to be a product of punching that sent him skating around. But it's that kind of visual that may stick with the judges. 10 seconds to go. Who will make the final statement here? And that's that. End of the 12th round, and we await the scorecards from the three judges. Has Jerwin Nakajas done enough in the judges' eyes to take the title? Or will McJoe Arroyo be bringing the IBF belt back to Puerto Rico? The cornermen lift Nakajas onto their shoulders. They think their guy has pulled it off.
Ay, Lyndon Dola, wala po. Hindi po, coach. Charlie, ma-announce po yung laban ni Jerwin
Does not look like that
sa
of a man
November
who feels
25
he
po.
won or has retained his world championship. Again, we've seen lots of things in boxing, so don't count anything out just yet.
Ay, maraming salamat po, Sir Lyndon Diola po. God bless po. Ay, sarap maalala yung Ngayon ko lang nakita, napanood. Charlie.
We await the scores from the three judges.
Babuhay Philippine Navy.
Lots of anticipation
Ay,
here as we await
Joben
final
Almadubar. Ay, Tokayo, shout out. Charlie. Ako pa nag-ayos ng boxing ring nito. Pumunta pa ako sa gym nito sa umaga. Pabalik-balik pa ako. Hindi pa naayos yung ring. Pati yung luna. Lahat. Ako nag-ayos yan lahat. Mr. Mananabas. Yoo! Sir. First time niya, sir siya namin. Pero hindi pa kami close nito. Nung nag-champion na si Jerwin, saka na kami nag-close. Tapos na ang laban.
Jerwin Nakajas has done it! He made a huge gamble on himself, taking $3,000 to fight in his hometown, and he is the new IBF Junior
Ah,
Bantamweight
yan na, yan
Champion
sinabi
of
ni
the
Mac
world.
Arroyo, oh, yan oh. Galing talaga, yan ang dala-dala ni Jerwin hanggang ngayon.
What an
Wag daw,
unbelievable achievement. Jerwin
kailangan daw
Ancajas
madipinsan
comes
ang
into his
belt.
homeland
Galing ni
with
Mac
the fight
Arroyo.
of his life and has done it. He has won a unanimous decision over Puerto Rico's Mick Joe Arroyo by the scores of 115, 112, 118,
Ah, yes
109,
po. Dito na po na
and
ano ni Sir
117,
Sean.
110. Unbelievable performance tonight.
Popoy Jeps.
We have a new 115-pound champion, and he's from the Philippines. An unbelievable performance once again.
Galing.
Well, that's been Rappler.com's broadcast of the IBF Junior
Engineer
Bantamweight Championship
J,
fight
sir.
between Joe Arroyo and Jerwin Ancajas. We have a new champion from Penalbo City, Davao del Norte. I'm Ryan Songalia for Rappler.com. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Ay, salamat po. Close ko na. Maraming salamat po. God bless po. God bless sa lahat na noon.